Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Tigers Baseball Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Schulte. This episode being recorded on Sunday, May 4th, 2025. And let's get right into it. Injury report real quick. Parker Meadows expected back by the end of May. He's hitting off a tee, playing catch and doing some defensive drills and down in Lakeland. Jake Rogers is going to join the team on the road trip and do some defensive work in Detroit. He's also hitting off a tee. Wenceel Perez is doing a running program to get started in his recovery. Matt Vierling started a rehab assignment on Friday. Started a rehab assignment yesterday. Sorry. John Brevia started a rehab assignment on Friday. Alex Cobb is throwing to live hitters. He's expected back sometime in May. And Alex Lang is also in a throwing progression. He's expected, him and Sawyer Gibson-Long are both expected back end of May, beginning of June. So that's your quick updated injury report. Roster moves. Kenta Maeda has been designated for assignment. Bo Brisky is back with the team after having an ankle injury. He's still pitching quite well. Finished the game out today in LA. As a matter of fact, Detroit took 3 out of 4 against LA after dropping 2 out of 3 against Houston to start the road trip. So they're 4-3 on the road trip. They need to win 2 more games to make my prediction come true, which would be that I said they're going to be 6-4. They were going to be back to 500 on the road. 22-13 is your record for the Detroit Tigers this time in May, which, let's be realistic, nobody really expected that. I expected them to be right around 500, maybe 18-17, 19-16. I didn't expect 22-13. And a game and a half lead on Cleveland in the Central Division. Can they hold this up? Why not? Torque is actually hitting. Kerry Carpenter's bat started to heat up today. Well, over the last few days, you see signs. See, Carpenter's interesting, and we'll get into this real quick. Carpenter's very interesting. You know what? I'll finish up the beginning part that I had planned, and then we'll go into Carpenter. Javi Baez has hit his first home run in the 2025 season. Colt Keith hit his first as well. So did Trey Sweeney. Javi Baez's first was, of course, a grand slam on Wednesday against Houston. But it looks like Colt Keith and Trey Sweeney are starting to heat up as well. Javi Baez has just stayed hot. He's been hitting the ball. He's been hitting all year. He hasn't necessarily made hard contact all year, but he's been making more contact, striking out less. He's batting over right around 300 this year so far after 35 games. Can he sustain it? It's possible. Comeback Player of the Year candidate? Why not? Not unlikely. So let's go into Kerry Carpenter just a little bit. By the way, Spencer Torkelson, I was wrong over the last couple of weeks. I said he had 7 home runs last year. He had 10. He equaled that yesterday. So he's at 10 home runs now through 35 games. So clearly he's made the changes that he needs to, and those are paying off. And hopefully that's sustained over the years. Batting average is still around 230, but we'll take 230 if he hits, 35 games. 10 home runs in 35 games, so 70 would be 20. 105 games would be 30. 140 games would be 40. So I'll take 40 home runs from Spencer Torkelson. I'll take 30 home runs from Spencer Torkelson. I'll even take 20 home runs from Spencer Torkelson. Considering what we don't have in this lineup. Riley Green has started to get hot as well. He has hit 4 home runs on the road trip also, including 2 in the 9th inning in Friday's 9-1 thumping of the Angels. So as I was getting to Kerry Carpenter's weird because you can see when he's about to get hot and you can predict it. You can almost set your watch by it because, and it's usually over a 2 or 3 game stretch that this happens. So what happens is, he starts hitting the ball hard the opposite way, much like Colt Keith does. Actually, Kerry Carpenter starts hitting the ball hard to all fields, and that's when you know when he's hitting line drives and he's settling for singles and doubles and not trying to hit the ball out of the yard, and he's settling for those singles and doubles, especially singles to center, singles to left center. That's when you know that he's starting to heat up. And I mean, he did hit a ball. He hit 2 home runs in Houston. But there was a lot of swing and miss in that. There was a lot of strikeouts and there was weak contact. He's been hitting the ball hard with authority over the last 4 games. And that's when you know, now that he's hitting the ball with authority, that's when you know that he's really starting to step it up and he's actually he's going to get hot. Spencer Torkelson right now is your leader in the clubhouse with 10 home runs. Riley Green's right on his tail with 8. And don't be surprised if you see Kerry Carpenter getting into double digits this week at Coors Field. Now, it looks like there's going to be a doubleheader on Wednesday at Coors because apparently there's a lot of rain in the forecast for Tuesday. According to Dan Dickerson, if this was a guarantee, if there was any weather forecast that looked like a guaranteed rain out, Tuesdays was it for the forecast in Denver. So that's something that we need to pay attention to because nobody wants to play a doubleheader at Coors Field. Talk about a way to just ruin your bullpen for the next month. Play a doubleheader at Coors Field and see how that goes. So there you go. Colt Keith getting hot as well. He's hit 3 home runs in the last 4 games. The one that he hit today was an absolute missile. That was it left the bat at 106 miles an hour and it hit above the yellow line on the 25-foot wall in Angel Stadium in right center field. And it was absolutely shot out of a cannon. And so that was good to see from him. Outside of that, not a lot going on for the Tigers. Congratulations to Zach McKinstry. He was given a philanthropy award earlier this week for work that he does with a meal service back in Arizona. In his hometown, which is really cool. And I think that's really a neat thing that they're doing, that he's doing for the community there. So, other than that, again, like I said, not much going on with the Tigers. They're 22-13. They're going to get some players back, and this is why I think this is sustainable. I really do, because right now, let's consider the facts. They're down Matt Vierling. They're down Parker Meadows, 2 guys that they were counting on. One of the guys who is an absolutely dynamic player when he wants to be. Detroit's offense was so much better when Parker Meadows was in the lineup last year. And right now they're averaging 5 runs a game without him. So what that does for other players, I don't know. I'm guaranteeing you Justin Henry Malloy doesn't stick around when Matt Vierling and Parker Meadows come back. I'm not sure who goes down when Matt Vierling comes back, because he's going to be back probably by the end of next homestand is my guess. He says it doesn't take him all that long to get ready with the bat. So right now, really, it's just the throwing progression that he's dealing with, and then he'll play some games in the outfield, and he's getting in game shape, but it's not going to take him all that long. So again, I don't know who's going to go where, but you're going to have to make some moves, and that's not a bad thing. This is a good problem to have when the guys who are filling in for your injured players are performing well enough that you can get by without those injured players and not necessarily notice a drop in wins and a drop in performance as a team. That says a lot about your depth. So there is that. Kenta Maeda designated for assignment earlier this week. He's just had a miserable 2 years in Detroit, and they just couldn't sustain it any longer. So he's been designated for assignment. Nobody's picked him up yet, as far as I know. And it's kind of a sad thing, because Kenta Maeda, by all accounts, is a really good guy. He signed his contract last year for 2 years at $24 million, with $14 million the first year and then $10 million the second year. And right upon signing his contract, he made a big donation to a local Japanese charity to help out the local Japanese community in Detroit. And you root for people like that. Hopefully he lands on his feet somewhere and does well against everybody else except for the Tigers. He can fall apart against Detroit all he wants. So, again, Kenta Maeda is gone, and I'm not sure who filled his roster spot. I didn't get the chance to look at that before recording this podcast. So with that, I'm going to end this thing, wind it down, and call it a night. I do appreciate everybody for listening. Like and subscribe, ring that bell, and get notifications whenever I upload new content. I do appreciate it. If you want to get in touch with the show, you can. TigersBaseballPodcast@gmail.com. It's the world's longest email address. I'm proud of that. @PodcastTigers on Twitter. I refuse to call it X. Mastodon is @TV Podcast, @Tweesecake.social, TWEESE cake.social. Until next week, folks, we will catch you later. Thanks for listening, and go Tigers.